Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Bish Paul, he, him pronouns. I'm the head of Global DEI Industry Collaboration at SNAP, and welcome to the DEI Summit. I lead the implementation of recommendations from the ACT report, which is the Action to Catalyze Tech report, alongside our 30+ industry signatories. For today's session, and for this session particularly, we're going to focus on recommendation number 9, building systems capacity to create more computer science or CS teachers. So welcome. I am joined by two distinguished educators today, Dr. Jessica Pandya from California State University, Dominguez Hills, and Dr. Lauren Margulieux from the Georgia State University. So Jessica, can you tell us a little bit more about your role and about SITE?
Hi, my name is Jessica Pandia. I'm the Dean of the College of Education at California State University, Dominguez Hills. I'm also the Executive Director of our SNAP Institute for Technology and Education. And the SNAP Institute, or SITE as we call it, has a mission of bringing computer science education to K-12 students across the LA region.
Awesome, welcome. And over to you, Lauren. Can you tell us more about your role and the SNAP Center?
I'm the director of the SNAP Center for Computer and Teacher Education at Georgia State University and the College of Education and Human Development. And our goal is to bring equity-focused and evidence-based CS education to all students.
So for both of you, starting with you, Lauren, who are you impacting with this work?
At Georgia State University, we graduate about 400 teachers every year. We're located in downtown Atlanta, and our teachers represent racially Atlanta. That means that about half of our students are Black or African American, a third are white, and 10% are Hispanic or Latino. Many of our teachers return to their communities, meaning they end up teaching in urban and high-needs schools. Our College of Education prides itself on our reputation for superb retention of teachers in these local districts, making the most of our investment in these teachers. Of 400 teachers, last year we taught computer science to about half of them, and with investment from SNAP, we're closer to our goal of teaching all of our 400 teachers computer science every year.
That sounds amazing, 400 teachers a year. Jessica, over to you. So what is your impact in the Dominguez Hills and surrounding areas?
Well, at Dominguez Hills, we have about 600 undergraduates and 400 graduate students in the College of Education who we're directly impacting. And those students are about 50% first-generation students, and about 87% of them are students of color. They come from the surrounding LA region, and they will go back to teach in those schools. So we have a lot of students who come from Los Angeles Unified, from Compton, from Inglewood, from Hawthorne, Lawndale. So our students graduated from those districts, and they'll go back and teach in those schools as well. So our indirect effects are going to be on the students.
Amazing. That's amazing work. Lauren, so can you tell us a little bit more about how you're training the future generation of students, and especially around how you're changing them from being tech consumers to tech producers?
In tech education, we often battle the myth of the digital native. This myth says that kids these days are intuitively able to use technology because they grew up around it. But this isn't true. Instead, kids are good at using tech for entertainment or social connection, like with Snapchat, but these skills don't necessarily apply to creating technical solutions. It's like if students could read but not write. They have the power only to adopt or ignore solutions that someone else made. We're changing this by teaching students to be producers in addition to consumers of technology. We treat computational literacy just like reading or writing, which is used in every classroom from kindergarten to 12th grade. When students practice using computing to solve problems in this range of contexts, they're prepared to solve problems in their future lives.
Lovely. Yeah, I completely agree. Computational literacy is absolutely necessary. Lauren, you had also talked about this investment from SNAP being a lightning rod. Can you explain more about that?
Yes, so the investment from SNAP has greatly accelerated our goal to integrate computer science into all of our pre-service programs. This year, we're working with a lot of new programs, including elementary physical education, elementary literacy, and middle school dual language instruction. In addition, the SNAP investment has showcased the value of CS for a broader audience that's not in CS. This year alone, I've helped support 8 grant proposals beyond my own so that projects can include computer science. And that's more grant proposals than I've been involved in the past 10 years. And it's all so that we can teach computer science to a broader range of students, including one project with students who are deaf or hard of hearing. And there's more. After the investment from SNAP, we received additional funding from Google to support our initiatives and turn our practices into resources for other colleges of education. There's a shortage of CS education faculty, just like there's a shortage of CS teachers and a shortage of CS professionals. With these investments, we can use our resources to support more than our teachers and help achieve the goal of CS for all.
Amazing. We love it that you're amplifying the work with some of this investment. And also thank you to Google, who's another ACT signatory, for joining in the work here. Moving to you, Jessica. So I know that CSU also was able to amplify some of this work, specifically with grants from the public sector, from the National Science Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Thanks, Bish. It's so exciting to hear about what's going on over at Georgia State, too. So we recently applied for a grant to the National Science Foundation, and that proposal is a federal grant that would support us in incorporating computer science education all throughout the university through all of our partner programs, so not just for teachers. We're really excited about that because really we have teachers taking classes around the university, so the more they can see computer science in different disciplinary areas, the better. And like Lauren mentioned, we also have recently received some money from Google and have applied for another grant or two, and I foresee grant applications happening every year while we use this seed money from SNAP to really expand our efforts, both in terms of teacher preparation and also working in our local school communities and with partner nonprofit organizations.
Awesome. Great to hear that this has been seed money that has been able to yield so many different dividends. Lauren, can you help us understand why invest in computer science teachers? Because traditional wisdom has been, let's just invest in the computer science engineering schools.
CS is becoming part of every profession, including education. This means that we should teach computer science to pre-service teachers, just like we do to engineering or biology students. However, teachers are a better investment than engineering or biology or even CS majors because they teach the next generation of students. So when our teachers use integrated computing activities in their class, their students learn CS too. And these activities give all students experience with CS because it's part of their required math, science, and language arts classes. I've seen many students pursue standalone computer science because of these exposures and these experiences.
Jessica, what makes you most excited about the work that's ahead of you?
I think what makes me the most excited is that we're just beginning. And we are beginning with a large pool of diverse teacher candidates who will go out and affect many more diverse students, multilingually diverse students, culturally diverse students. And so the ripple effect of what we're doing, I think, will take years to see, but we're very excited because this is just the first year and we've already made some partnerships and started some great work in local schools and with our student teachers. So I'm really excited about seeing how the multiplier effect will be taking place.
We can't wait for the ripple effect too. Lauren, so how can other educators and funders get involved in the work that you're doing?
So if you're an educator, I want to point out that we offer free online courses that are also aligned to ISTE micro-credentials in integrated computational thinking. And if you are already working in this space or you want to look for ideas for integrated computing activities, we have a website called integratedcomputing.org that's a repository for all of these resources, and you can add your own activities there. If you're a funder, I would highly recommend you get connected with CS for All because they are great at connecting people and they can match you up with someone who's doing really cool work. Of course, either of those groups can also contact me, whether you're interested in looking for the courses or interested in funding something, and we can help you point you in the right direction.
Thank you both for the tremendous work that you're doing in, one, preparing existing teachers to teach CS, and two, creating this additional capacity in your schools of education to prepare teachers. So together, we're helping create pathways to family-sustaining jobs for thousands of youth in the coming years. And you heard it here, thousands of youth, because we're teaching hundreds of teachers. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you again, Jessica and Lauren.